Discover Denmark. 10 interesting facts to know about this country. Denmark. This Scandinavian country on the northern border of Germany includes the Jutland peninsula and many islands. With a population of approximately 5,822,700, Denmark has an area of 42,925 square kilometers, excluding the Faroe Islands on Greenland. Queen Margrethe II has reigned since January 14, 1972 under the constitutional monarchy. The country is also known for its beautiful capital city of Copenhagen. But what is this country hiding from us? Here are 10 interesting facts to know about Denmark. But before we start, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Here we go. Number 1. The absence of please and the silence that is appreciated there. Danes are very polite people, but rather discreet. They don't chat. People are not very talkative because of shyness, so sometimes it's a bit cold in social relationships. So if you get into a cab and talk to the driver, he will probably look at you with a dumbfounded look. Also, Danish has no word for please during a conversation. So during a nice meal, a Dane could ask you things without saying the please that we're used to hearing. Moreover, silence is very much appreciated there. Daily life is not the same. For example, it is strictly forbidden to use the horn except for emergencies. Trains are very quiet, and churches are not allowed to ring their bells on certain days of the week. Talking on the phone in banks is also forbidden, and it's not acceptable to be annoyed during conversations. Indeed, you should not raise your voice in front of a Dane. At number 2, the length of the days varies enormously. Because of its geographical position, Denmark has a very different length of day. In summer, the days are very long. Therefore, from about June 4th to July 9th, there are white nights, in which it is not completely dark even at midnight, and you can see the setting sun in the distance. Investing in good curtains or shutters can be very helpful at this time of year. During the height of summer, it never really gets dark. In the winter, however, the days are usually very short, and it gets dark by about 4 or 5 p.m. Number 3. The Great Belt Link, the longest suspension bridge in Europe. Denmark has a suspension bridge between its Danish islands of Sealand and Fjoni called the Great Belt Link. Composed of a road and a railway, it is the longest suspension bridge in Europe with its 1.6 kilometers length, but also the third longest suspension bridge in the world just after the Akashi Strait Bridge, which is in Japan, and the Zhuman Bridge, which is in China. Number 4. Cars are very expensive. Car taxes in Denmark are twice as expensive as they are in France, so if you want to import your car there, you should think twice. It was only in 2016 that this car tax was lowered from 180% to 150%, whether you buy a large or small car, but this still remains high. In addition, gasoline, parking, and car insurance are also very expensive. That's why you can take advantage of Denmark's extensive public transportation network, including buses and numerous bicycle paths. Moreover, Denmark is famous for its bicycle culture, which is very well known. In fact, everyone uses a bicycle, which is why there are twice as many bicycles as cars in Denmark. You can get a used bike for about 70 to 100 euros, which is certainly better than buying a car. On average, Danes pedal 3 kilometers every day. Bicycles are the preferred means of transportation in Denmark. Only 4 out of 10 Danes have a car, but 9 out of 10 own a bicycle. This forces people to adapt in some situations. For example, the trains in Copenhagen have a separate bike rack. Number 5. It has the oldest amusement park in the world. Denmark has the oldest amusement park in the world. It's called Dyrehavsbakken and is located 10 kilometers north of Copenhagen. Its beginnings date back to the end of the 16th century, around 1583, when comedians and traveling artists who worked in this park in the spring attracted visitors from all over Europe. Cabarets were introduced in 1866, and the first wooden roller coaster opened in 1932. The park welcomes about 2.5 million visitors a year and is the second most popular amusement park in Denmark, after the most popular one, Tivoli Gardens. Other modern attractions have followed at Dierhafsbakken, and the park now includes 6 high-speed roller coasters and more than 30 other attractions. Number 6. The so-called Bluetooth technology is inspired by a Danish Viking king. Bluetooth technology actually comes from the Danish Viking king Harald Blåtand, who was nicknamed Bluetooth from 958 to 985. It is assumed that this nickname was given to him because he had bad teeth or because he ate a lot of those blueberries he liked so much. It was he who officially introduced Christianity to Denmark. The Bluetooth logo is inspired by the runic initials of King Harald. Number 7. Design is in their blood, and they are the creators of the Lego brand. Think only the Swedish IKEA group does design in Scandinavia? The Danes also have a talent for design. These design achievements are mainly presented with the Rabo tricycle, the Gooby chair, the Compan chicken, and the Norman dishwasher with its strange rim. These can all be seen at the Danish Design Center in Copenhagen. But the Danes are also well known for their popular Lego brand. Its acronym stands for Leg Godt, which means in French joue bien and of course in English play well. Legos come from Denmark, and a theme park is also dedicated to them, Legoland. Number 8. A different way of working. In Denmark, the work lifestyle can be different. For example, there is almost no hierarchy in the workplace, and there are very few differences between the employer and the employees. The corporate culture is based on the well-being of the employees and teamwork. Thus, the type of system means that you can call anyone by their first name, even the managers. In addition, most offices are open spaces where everyone can get together more easily in a friendly atmosphere, both employers and employees. Secondly, motivation is worth more than diplomas in Denmark. So when looking for a job, grades and diplomas don't really count. There is more importance for the candidate's personality, experience, and motivation. And Danish companies like to invest in their human resources, as shown by the many benefits that employees often enjoy with rewards, events, etc. Number 9. Making friends with Danes is not easy. According to several testimonials, in Denmark it is difficult to make friends. The Danes are extremely friendly and you will not get into a fight with them over anything. The problem is that many people make friendships as children and do not really consider new relationships as adults. People may be nice and friendly, but that doesn't mean they're going to invite you into their homes. The best thing to do is try to make connections with people who have moved to Denmark recently if that's what you really want when you get there. And at number 10, Hans Christian Andersen was Danish. You've probably already heard of Andersen's tales: The Little Mermaid, The Little Thumb, The Ugly Duckling, or The Snow Queen. Well, all of these tales were written by a Dane because Hans Christian Andersen was born in Copenhagen. This novelist, playwright, storyteller, and poet is famous for his poems and fairy tales. He was ignored or ridiculed for a long time in his country during his life, so he was mainly known in England, Germany, and France. But today, Denmark has many cultural places dedicated to him. Among them, we can see the house of his childhood in his hometown of Odense that can be visited, and we can see many statues of him in Copenhagen. The country also has a museum dedicated to him, the H.C. Andersen House of the Fairy Tales. But this famous novelist also has a part of an amusement park in his image in the south of the Netherlands, Efteling, which houses the fairy tale wood in which you can see Andersen's fairy tales come to life. And here we are at the end of our video. Hope you enjoyed it and you learned a lot about Denmark. Feel free to like, comment, and share it with others. We'll see you soon for a new video.